Democrats freak out as fresh polls show Trump leading Biden in 5 of 6 swing states. Weekly Voice Washington, November 9. Voice, U.S. President Joe Biden's popularity rating has plummeted to 39%, close to his lowest of 36% recorded in mid-2022 during his presidency, as his predecessor. Donald Trump leads by narrow margins in 5 states, as per various polls. But majority of youth reject both as too old for the POTUS position and 76% feel the country is headed in the wrong direction. Both Democratic and Republican candidates are being broadly viewed as unfavorable, and the ABC, Ipsos poll indicated Biden's public approval rating is at 39%, has always been below the 50% threshold mark, but this month's close to his lowest rating of 36% seen in mid-2022. Media reports said. But the Democrats backed Biden, putting on a brave face and contesting poll predictions, saying they often painted a dire picture for incumbent presidents a year before the election, and most voters are not tuned into the political agenda right now. President Biden's re-election campaign remains full speed ahead. His campaign managers said Biden turns 81 years old on November 20. His age is a major concern for voters as they doubt his cognitive functions to make the right decisions for the American people in the White House. It's the same for the brash Trump, who is 77 years old. Is there a plan B? But it's too late to change horses right now, pollsters say. The filing deadline for presidential state primaries in Nevada, New Hampshire and South Carolina have lapsed, meaning it's too late to get new names on the ballots. The only official elected Democrat running against Biden is Minnesota businessman Representative Dean Phillips, who was first elected to Congress in 2018. Phillips announced his candidacy for 2024 presidency in late October, stating his belief that Biden cannot win the re-election. But a poll released last week shows Phillips with only 4% of support among potential Democratic primary voters, the same as motivational speaker Marianne Williamson, who's still in the race. The Kennedy family member Robert Jr. offers a glimmer of hope for Democrats, promising to take away voters from Trump rather than Biden as an independent candidate. Independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. appears to take more support from Trump than Biden, a new poll found. In a head-to-head matchup, the poll found Biden narrowly ahead of Trump by 1.47 to 46%. Taking into account the margin of error. But with Kennedy in a three-way race, Biden is ahead with 39% to Trump's 36% and Kennedy's 22%. Donor data shows Kennedy pulling more from past Trump supporters rather than Biden's. Meantime, the third Republican debate gets underway on Wednesday in Florida, with 5 candidates facing off each other even as Trump holds his private rally across the road at the same time. Tonight at 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time, skipping the GOP debate. It's the third presidential debate, and the third Trump has boycotted. Trump maintains dominant lead among 2024 GOP candidates as the field narrows. The debate takes place in Miami-Dade County, Florida, and will air from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the TV and digital platforms of NBC News. Time equals 400 Ms. Greater than 5 candidates have met all party qualifying criteria. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, businessman Vivek Ramaswamy, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie are in the debate. North Dakota Governor Doe Berman and Asa Hutchinson could not make it. Time equals 400 Ms. Greater than ex-President Donald Trump, despite his woe of legal baggage on tax fraud in New York and election subversion in Georgia and conspiracy to overturn 2020 verdict in Washington, is the front-runner for GOP in the 2024 presidential race, and he leads Biden in 5 critical states. A New York Times Siena poll finds voters in battleground states said they trusted Donald J. Trump more than incumbent President Joe Biden on the economy, foreign policy and immigration. Biden's multi-racial base of voters constituting African Americans, Hispanics, Asian voters seems to be fracturing, particularly among the young Latino voters. New polls are raising renewed concerns about president's re-election prospects in 2024 as a fresh CNN poll suggested former President Donald Trump narrowly beat President Joe Biden 49% to 45% in a hypothetical rematch. The CNN closely follows the New York Times and CBS News polls out this weekend that also threw up some worries for the Democrats. Voters doubt Biden's ability to lead the nation. Obama's poll strategist David Axelrod worries that the Biden team is ignoring all the warning signals and not doing the necessary course corrections. Democrat Senator Richard Blumenthal from the tri-state Connecticut said, "I was concerned before these numbers. I am concerned by the inexplicable credibility that Donald Trump seems to have. Despite all of the indictments, lies and the incredible wrongdoing." Some of the polls conducted coinciding with the off-year 2023 elections, a tight race between Democrats and Republicans, has freaked out the Democrats. It shows Trump winning 5 of the 6 swing states in the country. That's Nevada, Georgia, Arizona, Michigan and Pennsylvania, considered a stronghold of the Democrats. Biden won all these states, albeit narrowly, in 2020 elections. But any shakeup in these swing states could well bring back Trump into the White House, even though it's too early to predict, media reports said.